So, how often people talk about this design? How's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta back with another review, and today we are going to take a look at the RE1100 Gundam GP04 Gerbera. My bad, meant to say GP04G. And for those who are wondering what does RE stands for, well, it stands for Reborn. Okay, so many things we should go over. For those who are asking what's RE1100, well, think of it like this. It feels like building a high grade, but in 1/100 scale. Second of all, they're more focused on more of the UC mobile suits. And third of all, by the time this video is released, the last RE1100 kit was back in 2019. Will Bandai do another RE1100 kit? Who knows? Anyways, let's go back to review. So, the Gundam GP04G made an appearance in 2 video games, Mobile Suit Gundam Encounters in Space and Gearing Screen, and I believe it also made an appearance in a manga called 0083R. Looking at the box art, we see GP04G flying around in space, big explosion going off the background, we see some smoke coming out of the gun, nice attention to detail. Anyways, this kit came out in 2015. Let's see if it still holds up. So, taking a look at this side of the box, we see the Gundam in nice, awesome poses, showing off the articulation, the weapons, and some nice gimmicks. If you look at this side of the box, we got a ton of information. I know it's in Japanese, but if you guys want to translate it, feel free to do so. And moving on over here, we got the front and rear shot of the model kit and some close-ups of different areas of the body. Once again, shows off the articulation. And after opening the box, we have 4 big bags of runners and a manual. At the cover of the manual, we have a familiar cover art and some familiar images of the front and rear shot of the kit. Checking the parts list. Well, looks like we're going to be using all of them, except we're going to have a bunch of leftover poly caps. Usually when it comes to like booklet manuals, I thought it would show something cool like right in the middle. I guess not. Anyways, this is the page where it shows that you can place marking stickers, and in the back we got some more cool poses and a color guide if you're planning on painting it. Starting off with runner A, it's going to be a multicolored runner. We got big chunk of blue, little bit of red and yellow, and a clear part. Runners B1 and B2 are going to be for the white parts. 2 runner C's, more white parts. Runner D is going to be the gray parts. Runners E1 and E2 are going to be more gray parts, and they're going to be sharing this chunk of a runner. Got some effect parts, polycap runner, and finally marking stickers and a color correcting sticker. Okay, so that's going to be it for the unboxing portion. And to tell you the truth, I never built a RE1100 kit before, so maybe this kit will be a nice experience for me, or a nice start to it. So I'll put it together right now, and I'll see you guys right after. Here's the kit all put together, and yeah, like I said, putting this kit together, it is basically like a 1/100 scale HG kit. I'm really impressed how this kit came out. Like, if you want to do just an out-of-box build, like build it, put some stickers on it, maybe some panel line it, it'll look good. You are missing a few color apps, but I'm not sure if that would bother you. Speaking of colors, let's talk about some sticker placements. Starting with the head, these 2 eye stickers goes onto the eyes. These stickers right here, one for the forehead and this little one for the back of the head right there. See these little green squares I painted? That was supposed to be for these stickers. This one right here goes onto the crotch. These little red ones go onto the knees, while these right here, they go onto the legs. All of these gray stickers, now pay attention where to place them because they will go onto these binders. Finally, this little sticker right here goes onto the beam rifle right there, and it doesn't come in blue and white. I just decided to paint it. And if we're talking about seam lines, the only one that's gonna get to you will be the one on the binders. Other than that, this kit has like almost no seam line. Even if it does, it goes as a pen line detail, like this forearm, for example. This right here could be a seam line. You could just leave it alone, make it a detail. So that's gonna be it for the out-of-box presentation. Overall, really impressed how this looks, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna look much better once you put some effort into it, which I'm gonna do right now. I'll see you guys right after. And here's what the kit looks like when you put some effort in, and it looks so great. I just really love that when you paint like the small areas, like for example, like the shoulders, like how the top part like is all white, but once you paint in like the little gray, it helps breaks it up. You know what? I'm gonna assume that it's gonna look so much better if you give it like a complete paint job, because what I did is, again, I just do like little bits of detail painting. So moving on to accessories, starting off with hand options. What you see on the kit are the closed fists, and next up you have the weapon holding hands, the beam rifle, and just a heads up, all the weapons have this little tab right here, which gives a solid connection to the weapon holding hands. Next up you have its big old gun. Now this gun has like 3 handles, so you got one right here which doesn't move, this one moves side to side, and this one also moves side to side as well. And if you want to hold it with 2 hands, you use these ones. The little scope right here can move down and up. Cool feature is that you have a magazine, and not only you get one, but you also get 2 more, the one on the back of the shield and a spare one. And I don't know where you're gonna put the spare one. Since we're on the shield, here is what it looks like. You have the handle which you can grip with the weapon holding hand. It's edited plastic Disasta. Here to say psych, no you can't, because the way how the handle is positioned is pretty awkward. This can rotate, and you have an option to plug it on the side of the arm or under the arm. And finally, you got 3 effect parts, 2 beam saber effect parts, and 1 goes onto the long rifle. Just gotta plug it right over here and plug in the end right down there. And once you get the hang of it, here's what it looks like. As for the beam saber handles, they are located onto the backpack. Okay, I know how ridiculous this is, so let me just get the backpack out of the way so it's easier for you to see. So to get the beam sabers out, just pull this out and pull the beam saber out. Okay, who knew top coating can make it a little tighter, but there's the beam saber handle. Just to get the backpack articulation out of the way, this does rotate and move down and up, and like I already showed you, the beam saber does move up and down. Everything else, nothing moves. Speaking of articulation, the head is on a double ball joint. The shoulder has a swinging forward mechanism. It's on a peg so it can rotate. The shoulder can move up this far, and the arm can go up about this high. Pretty good. These 4 little thrusters can move down and up ever so slightly. Bicep rotation, double bend on the elbow, ball joint on the wrist. Moving on to the torso, you get a slight ab crunch. You can rock side to side, and a waist swivel. Moving on to the waist, the front skirt can move out this far. The side skirt is on a ball joint, so the furthest it can go is this far without popping it off. Moving on to the back skirt. Now, just a heads up, the back skirt is one piece, but if you do just a little bit of modification, it can move separately. If you look closely right here, the thigh is on a swinging mechanism, so that allows for not a bad kick, and it can move back that far. And as for the splits, let me just move this out of the way, it can go, okay, it doesn't do a full splits. You get a thigh rotation, double bend at the knee, and for the feet, the ankle armor can move up and down. This feet can swing forward, you can swing back this far. It doesn't rotate or anything, but the pivot, however, I'd say it's actually pretty good. And I know we're still talking about posability. What I forgot to tell you is that if you can take out this little gray piece, take the white part out, plug it back in, put back on the kit, you might want to, pose them in the air. How you gotta do that? Well, you have this little action base connector. So you can pull off some cool dynamic poses on the action base stand. And overall, the articulation on this kit is actually pretty good. What I'm trying to say is that this kit is meant to be in the air. Moving on to size comparisons, here it is right next to the standard size GM Sniper 2. Now, the funny thing is that in universe, I believe both of them are supposed to be 18 meters tall, but the GP04 is just a tad bit taller. And I know on camera it looks a little funny, but let's just say they're both roughly the same height. Finally, here it is right next to Optimus Prime, SD Ariel, and Lego Batman, which you can barely see. So that's gonna be it for the size comparisons. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Moving on to my final thoughts. Overall, it's a pretty good kit. Now, the only things that wish that could have been a little better, well, two things. It should have come with the opening palm hand, and maybe some weapon storage. So the weapon storage thing, that's just me being nitpicky. Other than that, I'm satisfied with what I got. And if it's your concern, maybe this thing might take up some shelf space. I'm sure you guys can figure it out if you want to display with these things on. But if you want to display it without it, well, it's pretty easy to do so. But in the end, yeah, I highly recommend you pick this kit up. I don't know how often Bandai is going to reprint this kit, but if you manage to see one, get it. Alright, so that's going to be it for the review. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here and want to see more videos, be sure to subscribe. Questions, concerns, comment down below. See you guys in the next video. All three of these things removed. Doesn't the backpack give you like Gundam Mark II? Maybe some Jagan vibes?